my opinion and the opinion of these independent veterinarians assembled here today, USDA is wrongly disqualifying sound horses from the celebration of 2012. They are doing this by improperly interpreting the most subjective portion of the inspection process and the Horse Protection Act. In the first 6 days, USDA inspectors have issued over 5 times the number of SCAR rule violations that they issued last year over the entire 11-day show event. A specific example of this is a local horse who passed USDA inspection twice this last Thursday and was found to be free of scars. He was passed by USDA inspectors both times. On Friday, the same horse was disqualified under the SCAR rule. Even though it is medically impossible to develop a scar on both feet, this horse was still turned down 24 hours later after he had been inspected twice by USDA inspectors the day before. USDA inspectors are improperly identifying natural marks such as wrinkles, field injuries, which we typically call field scars, tissue changes caused by motion of the walking horse's gait, and the normal aging process and conformation of the lower limbs as violations that are exempted from the HPA and do not mean that a horse has been abused or sored. There's a well-known affidavit signed by the former president of the Mississippi Walking Horse Association that details the discrepancies between USDA inspectors themselves in applying the rule at a SCAR rule clinic in which she attended. At that clinic, 2 USDA inspectors failed to render the same opinion on SCAR rules 26% of the times of the less than 20 horses they inspected. As I said in my statement, a SCAR has to be on both feet. It has to be indicative. It has to be caused by a soring process that occurred during that horse's lifetime. For a horse to pass one night and then not pass the next night, I don't care if some unscrupulous trainer sored the fire out of him that night, he would not have a scar from soaring the next day. It is impossible, medically impossible for that to happen.
Mr. Howard, can you speak to the video that was just released today by the Humane Society where we have a convicted soaring trainer saying that this is rampant, every horse has been sored, you're crazy if you think that every horse has not been sored. Can you speak to that video?
That is completely false. There's no factual basis for that statement. I don't know the relationship that Mr. Davis has with the Humane Society, but he was convicted. He's a proven felon of the Horse Protection Act, and fortunately he was caught at an event by show inspectors where the USDA nor the Humane Society was present. It's a ludicrous statement. There's no factual basis to it.
And TWHSHO and the trainers are getting behind the objective testing like the swabbing. You know, the celebration this year has taken a hold of the trainers initiative, and they are swabbing every horse that comes up for competition. Every horse. They want to make sure there are no caustic chemicals. They want to make sure there are no numbing agents on those horses so that everybody has a level playing field.
I think our industry is pushing forward in additional reforms. There's measures being taken this week at the horse show that are over and above the Horse Protection Act, and that's because the welfare of our horse is at the forefront of everyone in this industry, everyone in a leadership role, and we won't take anything but the best for the animals. And the people in this room and the people at this horse show are here because they love their horses and they don't want them abused and they don't want to sacrifice the welfare for a blue ribbon.